The future of motoring is battery powered, but as we've seen in recent months, that's making a lot of people nervous, and electric car sales have slowed down in Ireland. A big part of that nervousness isn't range anxiety as such, but charging anxiety, the worry that you're not going to find a charger when you need one. Well, I'm on my way now to a location that might just reduce that anxiety. This is Lochshiver Business Park, just outside Mullingar in County Westmeath. It's like plenty of other business parks up and down the country. There are some car dealers here, a bridal wear shop, and even a soft play area for the kids. But it's also now home to the first EV rapid charging hub set up in Ireland by energy giant SSE. This facility has 10 charging bays, and all the chargers are capable of providing up to 150 kilowatts of DC rapid charging. To put that into perspective, for cars that can accept that full speed, you can usually add more than 100 kilometres in as little as 10 minutes. SSE has also set this charging hub up for use by electric vans and commercial vehicles, even buses, and it's designed to facilitate fast, reliable charging for those that need to keep their delivery and work schedules on time. Of course, private cars can use the chargers too, and it's part of a €300 million investment by SSE in charging that will see 300 hubs rolled out across Ireland and the UK in the next 4 years. All of which leads us to someone we really need to talk to. Sean O'Callaghan is SSE's operations director, and he's a charging expert who not only talks the talk but also walks the walk. Though you expect him to need a car with a much longer range, he drives an old Nissan Leaf EV. Sean.
Shane, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Indeed, good to be seen.
Tell us, what's life on the road like with an older EV?
So the car is actually better today than it was when I bought it 12 years ago. So I think it's a unique point about EVs is that whether it's an old EV or a new EV, the driving experience is largely the same. Once you get to know the car, you hear about people talking about range anxiety, that fades away. When we bought that car back in 2012, we bought it to do 1,000 kilometers a week. The car had 120 kilometers range. And the conversation with the dealer at the time, when I was getting it from him, was quite interesting. He remembers it well. I still liaise with him on occasion whenever we hit a new milestone. And I did tell him at that time that I was confident the car could do that job despite the range. The key thing is always the charging. It's always the charging. It's, can you get enough to get where you want to go? Can you get it in a time that you're happy with? And that's the bit that changes. If you're on your own and you're fairly relaxed, you might not mind waiting for a charge. I think it's unusual that you will not mind waiting for a charge, but at least it's not entirely unpalatable. But if you've got 2 screaming kids and a dog in the back, or if you're supposed to be there to collect something at 3:15 and you're going to be waiting for an hour when you expect it to take 10 minutes, that's when you've got your problems. That experience hasn't moved on a lot in the last 12 years. And frankly, that's the principal reason that I'm in the job I'm in today, was because I saw the opportunity to fix that. That's the problem. The problem is not the cars.
Now, I've seen the phrase assurance of service used in the EV world, and it strikes me as rather important for EV drivers such as yourself. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know if it would be too bold for me to claim ownership of that particular phrase. It's the only thing that matters when it comes to charging. You will regularly hear in life things like as fast as possible. The problem with that is it's actually not telling you anything. It's not saying anything. If you show up to a single stand 300 kilowatt charger and there are 4 cars waiting to use it, as fast as possible could be 2 hours. So the assurance amounts to you being able to get back on the road precisely when you expect to get back on the road. As I like to say, get in, get on, and get gone. That's what matters. That's what drivers want. That's what businesses need. And certainly for families, I was the person who persuaded our household to buy an EV 12 years ago. So of course I bear ultimate accountability. And whenever other members of my household show up at a charger and they don't get back on the road when they expect to get back on the road, I hear about it.
Talk us through SSE's investment in charging and a little more about this Lochshiver site.
Well, the Lochshiver site here is the first of our sites in Ireland, but we do have a nationwide rollout of easy to reach, high quality solutions planned over the next couple of years. The broader ambition is for 300 10-bay average hubs across the UK and Ireland across the next 4 to 5 years. So we do have a very ambitious programme of development for Ireland and Northern Ireland from now to 2028. The next couple of sites we already have planning permission for and power secured and expect to begin constructing in the coming months will be Greenogue in Rathcoole, Blanchardstown Business Park in North Dublin, and then Ashburn Retail Park in County Meath.
Can you tell us about SSE's latest venture, Source EV, and how that ties into the broader strategy of developing EV infrastructure across the UK and Ireland?
Source EV is a marriage of SSE and Total Energies, so two major energy players in the European space, and both with massive ambitions to decarbonise transport. And what this joint venture is going to permit us to do is to accelerate our deployment of these facilities across the two jurisdictions.
And can we expect more hubs like this one?
Certainly. The reason I joined SSE was because, as I've said, I've had the EV for a very long time, and they have got an ambition to fix this problem. And I fully intend to see that we follow through on that ambition and do deliver this easy to reach network that provides you with service where you need it, when you need it, on the road, in industrial parks, in shopping centres. It's just going to be there.
Finally, Sean, how will the rollout of large visible charging hubs such as this help to restart EV sales in Ireland?
Well, it all comes down to that assurance piece. The EV market has never actually been stronger. There is a dip right now, there's a bit of uncertainty. It's the first credible dip that there's been in EV adoption in 12 years. If you actually look at the trend has been incredible. And it's coming principally because people need using an EV to be simple. Right now you can get anywhere in Ireland in an EV, anywhere, but you have to think about it. It's not simple, and it needs to be simple. There's plenty of journeys, particularly with the Leaf, where you have to treat it like flying an airplane. You know where you're going to, but you also need to plan for an alternate in case that isn't working or there's somebody else there and you need to hold a fuel reserve. And it's complicated and people don't want to do it. It's not appealing. It needs to be exactly as I said. When you get there, you have assurance that you can get in, get on, get gone, back on the road precisely when you expect to get back on the road. Once we have that, ICE will be a romantic memory, much like a horse and carriage.
Well, we're on our way home from Lough Gievor, having charged up and given ourselves plenty of range for the return journey. Charging hubs such as this aren't a silver bullet to get people to buy electric cars, but they're a hugely critical component of the growing EV ecosystem. Speed, price and reliability are everything when it comes to charging up your electric car when you're out and about. And we're going to need a lot more sites like this SSE one if we're going to reassure buyers that electric power is the future.